You're watching PCC TV, Pinellas County Connection Television, a division of Pinellas County Communications.
I would just like to welcome you all again and hand it over to my fellow council member, Herb Polson, who was really involved in this from the get-go. So, Herb.
Thank you. Thank you. You got my name right. Thank you so much for coming here today. This has been a labor of love for me for the past 3 years since I've been on council. I've kind of concentrated a lot on the trail. It goes through an extensive part of my district on the west side, and it culminated, I think, about 8 months ago when I was invited to a constituent's home, and there were 7 different neighborhood associations represented. We had 5 or 6 people from the police department, and folks just expressing their concern about the safety and the maintenance of Pinellas Trail. I listened closely to that. I met with Commissioner Ken Welch. We met with the Assistant County Administrator, Mark Woodward, and then the next thing you know, I'm meeting with the County Administrator, and then the next thing you know, I'm meeting with Paul Kazi, the Parks Director, and as it continues to cascade, we get to a point where people are listening closely and are beginning to think that there is a solution out there that's very simple. And it's a solution that was actually given to us by our St. Petersburg Police Department in working with Hillsborough County. They had a program there, and still do. It's been in operation since 2006, where they put these stickers on the trail every 200 feet. These stickers will be cemented down, and it'll have a location on it. In this case, PT 0002. And if you have a problem, you dial 911, you give them that number. The 911 communication center will direct emergency needs, whatever it may be. If you fall and you're hurt, the EMS comes. If there is a police issue, the police department, whatever jurisdiction, will come. If there is a maintenance issue on the trail, there is also a number to dial at Pinellas County Parks so they can come out and find and fix the maintenance issue. Like I said, this program has been in operation in Hillsborough for about 4 years now, and the idea was, why recreate the wheel if it's already working someplace else? And the people that are in Hillsborough, and when they come over and start using our trails, they'll be familiar with the operation. And when our people go to Hillsborough to ride bikes and walk and run, they'll be familiar with it, and this will be used throughout Pinellas County. We're going to start today at PT 001 at the foot of Pinellas Trail, and eventually it will be all the way up into North Tarpon Springs at the end of the trail, using the same exact sticker with the same type of numbering system. And then our trails that we have in St. Pete, the Skyway Trail, the Downtown Trail, will have a unique identifier, and then it would be 001 at the beginning and go to the end. So that wherever you are in Pinellas, you'll be able to use these stickers to identify if you have an issue. We've taken it to the Metropolitan Planning Organization. It's been blessed by them, and the jurisdictions that serve on the MPO like the idea, then they'll like to use it for their own trail. So I think we've got something here that people will readily understand, and it provides yet another level of safety and security for people that are using our trail system. And so we're going to put this out here in just a minute, but I'd like to introduce County Commissioner Ken Welch to tell you from the county perspective what's happened. Ken?
Thank you. I'm good. Let the record show I saved a council person from falling.
We could have called this number.
It's truly an honor to join you today as we celebrate what is truly a collaborative, cost-effective, and high-tech enhancement to the safety of our trail system in Pinellas County and our city trails. I again just want to thank everyone who was involved. We have some city staffers here, Brian Smith from our planning department, Paul Kazi is here from our Parks Department. This is really an area where the county and the city work together collaboratively. I do want to thank again Herb Polson, who's now moving around on me, for bringing this idea to Pinellas County. As he said, Hillsborough County has been using this marker system for a few years now. We think this is going to be a very good step forward in terms of allowing folks who are using our trail to be able to report incidents and get a precise response from our emergency responders. Just a couple of the tech aspects of what we're doing now. I believe we're using a 300-foot distance between the markers, and each one of those markers has a coordinate in the county's GIS system. And so when someone calls in for service, they can use a cross street, which is already in our GIS system. For example, they can say, I just crossed 49th Street at the trail, or they can use this marker number, whichever one is more convenient. We want to stress that. Finally, I just want to say that for those bicyclists, and I know Leslie says she bicycles, and I do too, I'm told that these markers are textured, very thin, and they do provide traction, so even when it's wet, rollerbladers and bicyclists will not have a safety concern. This is a good step forward for our county. As Herb said, we, the Pinellas County Commission, will implement this from St. Pete to Tarpon Springs on all parts of the Pinellas Trail that the county maintains. And there's a framework now so that every city on their spurs can use this same methodology to incorporate this system on their trail. So this is a great day forward for Pinellas County for the safety of our trail. I do want to say we do have a safe trail system, but like any large park or transportation corridor, which the trail is, we have to be ever vigilant about safety. This is a great step forward, and I want to thank our city and county partners. Thank you very much.
I want to thank our friends at the County Commission, at the Metropolitan Planning Organization and the County 911 program for working on this partnership with us. Also want to thank the City Council, and we have another City Council member here that I want to recognize. That's Councilman Wingate Newton. Thank you for coming down, Councilman. This program is one that we've adopted from Hillsborough County. It's one that will be used region-wide and will be used county-wide. There are a number of trails outside of St. Petersburg and the Pinellas Trail in other communities that will now use this type of system to help notify 911 of emergencies or reasons why people need help on the trail. During the next few months, we're going to be installing them on the trails that have already been built and the trails that are currently under construction. We now have 25 miles of trails in the city of St. Petersburg and 10 more miles under construction or design. At the end of that, all of that system will have this marker system to help folks out. As I mentioned before, we also have other security measures that we use on the trail through the police department and the Citizen Road Patrol program. And behind me is a gasoline-powered cart that is used to monitor the trail system in St. Petersburg and was adopted by our police department and by our Citizen Road Patrol program back in 2009, and will be expanded as a part of our security program. It's a unique vehicle. It includes defibrillator and other types of medical supplies for people that might have fallen or something like that on the system, as well as it's an additional set of eyes on the trail. Also mentioned that segways and bicycles are also used by our police department to just monitor the trail system. So with that, I'd like to ask our folks to come forward. We're going to actually lay the very first decal. This is number 2. It's not going to get laid today, but number 1 will be put down here in a second, and that will kick off the Trail Security Marker program. So with that, so they're not going to be able to be easily peeled off or defaced. So that marker is put down with a little bit of heat. PT0001. Right.